Hey there, science fans! Today, we're diving into the wacky world of math paradoxes. Get ready for a wild ride with the all horses are the same color paradox. It's a brain-bending head-scratcher that'll make you laugh and learn at the same time. We're going to break down this hilarious paradox step by step so you can impress your friends with your newfound knowledge. And don't worry, you don't need to be a math whiz to understand this. All you need is your curiosity and your sense of humor. So saddle up and let's get started. Are they all really the same color? Before we jump into the paradox, let's talk horses. We all know horses come in all sorts of beautiful colors. Black, brown, white, chestnut, palomino, and more. Imagine a field full of horses, each one a different shade and pattern. It's a majestic sight. Now imagine someone walked up to you and said, "Nope, you're wrong. All horses are actually the same color." You'd probably laugh, right? It seems impossible. But that's exactly what this paradox tries to prove. Don't worry, we'll show you why it's a load of horse feathers. Here's how this silly paradox tries to trick you. Step 1, the base case. They start by saying, one horse is obviously the same color as itself, which is true. Step 2, the inductive assumption. Then they say, let's assume any group of horses are all the same color. This is where things start to get fishy. Step 3, the inductive step. They claim, if we add one more horse to this group of horses, we have n plus 1 horses. Since we assumed the first horses were the same color, and the new horse is also the same color as some of them, then all n plus 1 horses must be the same color. They then conclude that since this works for any number of horses, all horses must be the same color. See? Sneaky, right? So, where does this proof go haywire? It all comes down to that tricky step where we add one more horse. The paradox assumes that because the new horse is the same color as of the horses in the original group, it must be the same color as of them. But that's not necessarily true. Think about it, if we only have horses to begin with and they're different colors, the whole argument falls apart. The new horse can't be the same color as both of them. It's like saying, my shirt is blue and your hat is blue, so everything in the world must be blue, see? It just doesn't hold water. Section 5, From Sillies to Science, Why This Horseplay Matters. You might be thinking, Bill, why are we even talking about this? It's just a silly paradox. But believe it or not, understanding this paradox teaches us an important lesson about logic and reasoning, not just in math, but in everyday life. Just like a magician's illusion, this paradox relies on a sneaky trick to fool us. By learning to spot these fallacies, we become better critical thinkers. We learn to question assumptions and look for flaws in arguments, which is super important in all areas of life, from science and math to politics and advertising. Section 6, A Blast from the Past. The Paradox's Legacy and Learning. This paradox isn't new, folks. It's been around for ages, and mathematicians have been using it as a teaching tool to illustrate the importance of careful reasoning and mathematical induction. It's a fun and memorable way to show how a seemingly logical argument can lead to an absurd conclusion if the underlying assumptions are faulty. It's like a cautionary tale, reminding us to always double-check our logic and make sure our arguments hold up under scrutiny. Section 7. Let's get hands-on, demystifying the trickery. Alright, science explorers, let's bring this paradox to life. Grab a friend and some objects of different colors like socks, crayons, or even pieces of fruit. Now try to recreate the paradox yourselves. Start with one object, then add another and another, while making the argument that they must all be the same color. You'll quickly see how silly it is. This hands-on activity helps solidify the concept and makes it crystal clear where the logic breaks down. Plus, it's a lot of fun. Section 8. Beyond Horses, the Paradox's Wider Field. While we've been horsing around with this paradox, it's important to note that the underlying principle applies to more than just horses. It highlights a fundamental concept in mathematics and logic called mathematical induction. This method is used to prove statements that are true for all natural numbers. However, as we've seen, it's crucial to have a solid base case and a valid inductive step to avoid reaching false conclusions. The all horses are the same color paradox serves as a reminder that even in seemingly logical systems, we must always be wary of hidden assumptions and flawed reasoning. Section 9, that's all, folks. Remember to think like a skeptical stallion. Well, there you have it, science sleuths. we've unraveled the hilarious mystery of the all horses are the same color paradox. Remember, it's not really about horses at all but about the importance of careful reasoning and critical thinking. So the next time you hear a fishy argument, channel your inner skeptical stallion and put those thinking caps on. Question assumptions, look for flaws, and don't be afraid to say, hold your horses. Something doesn't seem quite right here. And always remember, science is about asking questions, exploring the world around us, and never being afraid to laugh at a good paradox. Keep on learning, keep on questioning, and keep on having a blast with science.